Get ready for some great music and great stories. Band in Seattle starts right now. Welcome to Band in Seattle. I'm your host, Xander Denke, and tonight's artist is the Stacy Jones Band. With bluesy guitar licks and serious harmonica skills, Stacy Jones channels everything from Lucinda Williams to Bonnie Raitt. Last year, she won Best Blues Song, Can't Do Nothing Right, from the International Music and Entertainment Association. And she's been nominated for Best of the Blues countless times for vocals, harmonica, and just about everything else. This woman's got serious chops. Prepare to be blown away. We'll be right back with the Stacy Jones Band.
You know, there's this, I think it's Johnny Guitar Watson song, and it's like, I done lost all my money, and I'm about to lose my mind. And yeah, you know, and it's like the saddest, and to me that's just like the epitome of blues right there, because it's like, it's awful. Everything's going wrong for this guy, you know, and it's still like this uplifting song. So I think that's what's great about blues, is that you can sing about the saddest stuff ever, and in doing it, you're happy. Whiskey, Wine, and Water, the lyrics are by Rick. It's just kind of his observation of my family, and it's, you know, kind of the situation of me playing music with my dad. I reworked some of the words.
The line, Whiskey, Wine, and Water, had been stuck in my head from that crazy story about Stacy going out with her best friend on one night. They went out to a wine tasting and then decided, well, we haven't had enough, let's go to this bar, and they wound up in a whiskey bar. And then they went back to the bar that Stacy's a bartender at for the third round, and the bartender noticed that they were already pretty lit up, and he said, ladies, here's some water.
Well, I'm proud to be my father's daughter. I'm drinking whiskey, wine, and water, raising hell just like Yoda. Well, I'm proud to be my father's daughter. Drinking whiskey, wine, and water.
I still get a kick out of going to blues jams with musicians you've never met before, and you can get up there and lead a song, you know, tell them what key it's in, tell them what kind of beat it is. In some ways it's like having karaoke skills, but way cooler because you're playing with live musicians. I love that. I love the improvisational part of it, and the fact that you can play with multiple, you know, musicians. It doesn't necessarily always have to be all the well-rehearsed stuff.
Listen to that hoodoo man. She drank the potion and she never was the same again. And she sings about whiskey and heavy water, and she recollects on water.
Love Potion, number 61 and 49. Well, first of all, it's my ode to Bob Dylan's Rainy Day Women. And second of all, 61 and 49 are the highways where they intersect as a crossroad, where you can sell your soul for rock and roll. I've been there a couple times.
Hi, I'm Tom Jones. I'm the bassist with the Stacy Jones Band, and I'm also her father. And we're here at my studio in Shoreline, where the band has spent hundreds of hours.
And she can't remember where she started paying dues, but she longs for the bayou.
Sometimes I wish that I was more treated like a band member than Dad, but that's okay. I mean, every night when we're playing, I look across the stage and count my blessings that I'm able to do this.
There's this thing about her, she smiles with her eyes, especially when she's doing a song and she's just so into it, and you see it right there in her eyes. It's like, phew.
She's a person that's kind of nurtured in her family environment to the point where she's absolutely thrilled to be alive all the time. As a band leader, she's always ready to go and always has crazy ideas, and what better thing to have than to follow somebody with crazy ideas.
San Antonio, classic country song.
Stacy and I were moving my son to San Antonio. We had car trouble along the way, and it was a real adventure, and Stacy wrote about it.
Our fuel pump broke just outside of a place called Price, Utah. Tiny little town where the mayor owns the mechanic shop. We were going to drive straight through, and it ended up taking us about 3 days to get there. We made it home from San Antonio in 36 hours flat.
Price of Utah, let's go. Yeah, one more day night, we can make it if we fly. Got a show on Friday night. Oh, my, I met a man as I got lunch. Whose GPS gave up 8 years ago next month. Then the price of Utah was gone.
She always had music just bubbling in her. My mom was living in my grandmother's house in Queen Anne Hill, so we would take her down there as soon as she could walk, and she was drawn to the piano. She used to climb up on the stool and just plunk on the piano.
Well, my dad put me in piano lessons when I was 4, so and then he taught me guitar when I was 8, and started bringing me up on stage with his band when I was 8.
We used to sit around the house and play Hank Williams tunes. So she got up on stage with me. We got in her little cowboy hat at 8 years old, and she did 2 songs. She did Hank Williams' "Tear in My Beer," and then she did Hank Williams Jr. song "We Are Young Country."
I don't ever remember having stage fright. I think I was a natural born ham.
Just like to see the state line. San Antonio, but the price of Utah was down.
She's her own person. She doesn't really need me to watch out for her or protect her. You know, there have been a couple times over the years when somebody in the crowd got drunk and said something that I'd like to go kick his ass, but I didn't have to because she handled it perfectly on her own.
There's times when we're dad and daughter. You know, when we're playing music, we're just playing music together. That part doesn't really seem to matter. He happens to be a really phenomenal bass player, and he happens to be my dad, so it's really easy, you know, when I come over to steal food out of the refrigerator to kind of work songs out without having to schedule band practice. You know, it's convenient and it's really nice because you couldn't ever pick somebody else who would have your back more. You know, and music can be a little bit of a cutthroat industry to be in, so it's really nice sometimes to have your dad, just in case you need him. Most of the time he's just my bass player, you know, but sometimes.
You knows what I made. Mama, I wish that I could do more to try to settle the score, but I hope that the sun always shines on your love.
Mama, that song surprised me. It was Stacy's tribute to my wife, for Mom. It's just a heartfelt song, and it just really moves me emotionally.
My mom is a wonderful human being that likes to say shoulda, coulda, woulda a lot. Always like, it's just fine, just fine the way it is. So I wrote that song for her and her shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
You never helpless, you never feel small. Mama, I don't often have faith, but I hope that you get a taste. Oh, the wonder love is a world.
My mom is a beautiful singer. She's absolute stage fright. You can never get her up on stage to sing ever in a million years. But I have my mom's singing voice. I say I have my mom's voice, and then I have my dad's love for music. But she's always sang around the house with my dad, you know, along with his songs. So I suppose that was it. I just started singing along with them.
With a team of seasoned musicians behind her, including her father, Stacy Jones has played shows all over the Northwest, and she just got back from a pretty big tour all over Europe. She's not only making a name for herself in Washington State, my friends, but Stacy Jones is bringing her tried and true blues to places like Germany, Denmark, and the Netherlands. We're going international, so we'll be right back with the Stacy Jones Band.
It would make you feel alright, make you forget all your regret and your wasted time. But she's the type you're not gonna hold.
To Be Loved comes from To Blave from The Princess Bride. Now I was thinking we should have just left it as To Blave.
What you got here, that's worth living for.
I could not ask for a more noble cause than that.
But that's not what he said. He distinctly said, to blave.
And I think in the liner notes on the CD it just says, as you wish. Yeah, it's just a love song.
First time we got the mix from that, I played it for my wife and I was sitting at home and I was in tears. Stacy is so honest on that and just open and vulnerable.
Help heal your past, help you heal your It doesn't matter how many roads you have known, how many things you've seen, or how many stories that you have told. She's giving you her heart, or do with it what you will do.
You know, we've been playing with a couple different drummers, and we were looking for that guy that could go to Helter Skelter level 11, but only when he needed to go there. Rick does not have a problem with that.
Stacy, her and I have really become really good friends. I think being closer in age kind of thing. And also being youngest. We're both the youngest of our family and siblings and have crazy older siblings and really similar family kind of dynamic.
Like a metronome. He knows every type of beat there is, and he's a real benefit to the band. He does so much for the band. You know, he's so jubilant. He's part of the family.
You gotta keep on keeping on, hey, 'cause the world keeps turning. Gotta keep on keeping on, and you can't stop the clock. When I was younger.
Keep on keeping on. I think I dreamt the words, actually. I kind of woke up and the keep on keeping on hook was stuck in my head.
Keep On Keepin' On is a one-chord song. I play slide on, but it's in a key that isn't in an open tuning for the guitars, so I have to play slide in the standard tuning. And so that's one of the challenges of the Stacy Jones Band is she moves so fast from song to song to song that you have to think really quickly.
Stop the clock. When I was a bit older, and my heart got broke, well, my friend offered me comfort. Oh, so I took a little talk. Yeah, you gotta keep on keeping on. Oh, don't stop moving.
I can't think of a better showman than Kevin.
Kevin Sutton is the smartest musician I know.
Kevin's been playing with us for the last couple years. He was formerly the frontman of the Wired Band. They have a big competition in Memphis every year that's called the International Blues Challenge, and so there's bands from all around the entire world. The Wired Band actually won the competition a few years back.
That band broke up, and we had to find a new guitar player. It was like he was on the top of the list.
Stacy Jones, she's not only has the songs written, she probably says she doesn't because she wants to give us more credit, but really she just comes in, here's my song, I'm so excited about it. You have to basically think really fast on your feet and play like, I've heard this song too. And so the process is to get comfortable with where you can tell she's coming from with the song. In this genre of music, it's a lot about feel. The idea of blues is, it's not about how well you can play, it's whether you're feeling what's happening right then and there. Because so many blues guys, they have day jobs, just like me, they have day jobs, and the music is that relaxing way to make everything even again. And if you're in that mood, you fit right in.
Keep on, keeping on, don't just stop and drop, you gotta keep on, keeping on. Like 'cause the world keeps turning, gotta keep on. Keeping on, and you can't stop the clock. Well, I came down the ride, spent all of my life just trying to toe the line.
Can't Do Nothing Right is a song about kind of being, well, I was left behind by some friends, that were out having a good time, and they left me out because I had kind of messed up the night before. And I had probably messed up in a couple other aspects of my life right around that time, so that's where Can't Do Nothing Right comes from.
In the States, roots and blues-based music kind of has two schools. Majority of the audience for it is baby boomers and older. And the young people are really into EDM and really into metal and pop. There's a chunk of them that are learning to like blues, roots, rock, Americana stuff. But in mainland Europe, music is wide open, and roots, blues-based music is really popular, and popular with young people.
8 shows, 6 countries in 15 days. And we played outside of, Dresden, East Germany, in a big warehouse that 300 people ended up coming out to that knew our music. And then we played in some smaller clubs, and whatever size the room was, we filled it everywhere we went while we were over there. And then in the midst of it, you're in places like Paris and Prague and Amsterdam, and with hours to try and take it all in. So, I think we averaged like 5.5 hours of sleep. Oh yeah, it was just a whirlwind, but I'm looking forward to going back.
I'm getting up there in age. I would like to do this as long as I can, but I hope her music career just keeps going as long as she loves it. I don't think her or I really care if she becomes a big star. It's all about making the music that she loves and having fun doing it.
I fell in love. Yes, it's like an epic love song. It's just another love song. Mike's Boys Club, you have to be a strong enough personality.
She's tough. She's a very strong woman. I would not get into a fight with her. She would pummel me. Yeah, you don't mess with Stacy.
It's much harder to be in charge than to just let somebody else be in charge. But then at the end, you get to have everything done the way that you want to have it done and be proud of it.
I wanna plan my road. Now, baby, that's asking too much from you for me. So if you're gonna let me go, baby, let me go easy. 'Cause I fell in love. Oh, fell so hard. Oh, when you love me, yeah, well, it fills up my heart.
Like playing in front of an audience is the best therapy that's ever existed, I think. Just sharing that music that you wrote that means something to you, to people that like enjoy listening to it. It cures like everything, you know, anything that could be wrong or hurting or something, you know, it's like you can't help but feel good when you get done playing a show. It's like a medicine that I don't ever care to give up.
Well, that's it for tonight's Band in Seattle. If you want to hear more, check us out on bandinseattle.com, where you can hear full concerts and find links for more information about our bands and where they're playing next. And thanks for watching. Join us next week for more great music and great stories on Band in Seattle.